Good afternoon. I'm going to show you a few things on a Macintosh in Pages. Pages is the desktop publishing software that I use to create my newsletter, Growing in Knowledge. And one of the things that I put in each newsletter every month is I borrow from Rosie, giving her credit, of course. I borrow the garden calendar. And one of the things that I've done here is I'm going against what I've told you before about using a template. This isn't a template, this is an old document. I've kept it this way because I want to keep the titles, the fonts of the titles the same. Now I have style sheet over at the side, but it's just easier for me to come back in and stick things in without having to change a lot of things that I might have to do with a template. And so I've eliminated a lot of the text and most of the graphics and everything. And I'm going to now stick in under my monthly task. I'm going to stick in the garden calendar. So I go to the email that Rosie sent out. I copy what is for indoor plants and activities. I do a copy, and then I come over here. Now if I simply just paste this, I bring the formatting from the document, from the letter, over to my newsletter. I do not want that. So I'm going to hit Control Z to get rid of it. That's an undo. And then what I'm going to do is now come up to Edit and paste and match style. And it's going to match the style that was there. And so there's the style that was there. Now it added an extra space I don't want, so I click on that. Now come down to the next one, and this has information on trees down to the last statement, which is on lawns. So I'm going to copy this for my next section. Do a copy. Come back here and hit paste and match style. But you notice I still have extra. This plus sign tells me I have extra text. Well, that needs to fit on the next page. So what I do then is, I didn't have these two connected before, these two text boxes, and so there's stuff in here that I don't need, but I have my text box there. So what I can do to make sure that this rolls over and it's just a continuation, as I click on this little arrow, I come down and click on this text box, and now those are linked, and that has supplied the rest of the story to that. Now there's still a plus sign there because there was stuff on further down that I'm not going to use. I bring my lawn up, roll that down a little bit, bring it down just so I have, and now this is going to be a very short one, so I can probably just go ahead and do a Command A, which, oh, I didn't want to select everything. Again, I have to do some changing here. These titles are connected to that text. I don't want them. I've changed this in later issues, so I don't want that title connected to that. So I'm going to put a text box in here that's going to take the next section, and I want the text to be body sans serif, which will match. Now I can go over here, grab this, copy, bring it over, paste it. Oh, but I didn't paste it correctly, so I'll undo. And I want to match style. And there it is. I'm going to do the same section, but again, this is all connected as one text box. So I'm going to just keep my title as is, add another text box, change the font to sans serif, and this one's for flowers and vegetables and small fruits. So we have all this here. Copy that. Paste and match style. Now again, I have extra, so I have to come down here, create the title alone. Again, this will be easier the next time I use this template because I'll have straightened all this out. Bring that over. And then what I'm going to do is come up here to this text box, click on this, and then come down here. And that will fill in what was left over. And that leaves me some space. So I'll bring up the credit for Rosie. And then I'll just probably take this bar and there. Now I've completed that, and that's all in the newsletter, and we're ready to move on to something else.